Okay, so you're in school. People who are in school, this means something. You have kids walking, parents driving slow. Maybe you're driving to school, you're dropping off your brother or sister in the middle school or elementary. So we have to drive slower. Kids do not understand the dangers of cars and school buses and parents picking them up and dropping them off. So the yellow sign with the two pedestrians, they're carrying books, that is school zone ahead. So you need to know this. What does this sign mean? It's a warning sign. First, all warning signs are yellow background with black lettering. And you can make warning signs anything you want. If you live near a landslide area, you could have maybe dirt and the sliding, and then you can make a warning sign. So each county, each state, each city make their own types of warning signs up. So obviously this is slippery when wet, this is on a bridge, this is on a curb, this could be on a hill, so you got to reduce speed. You don't want to hit your brakes. Next sign, this is your regulatory sign. It's not a warning sign, it's a regulatory sign because it's red and white. So we have a triangle upside down. It is yield. You yield means to slow down. A lot of beginners mix up yield and stop, and that's going to cause you confusion, could get you a really quick ticket. So we want to be mindful. Next sign, a red circle with the line through means it is prohibited. You cannot do it. So in some cases in downtown areas, you're going to have an arrow going to the right and a line is through it and a circle. You can't make right turns. Ignorance is no excuse when you're learning how to drive. The officer will give you a ticket. You can't hide behind, well, I'm new. I'm not from the area. You need to know the rules and laws when you drive. Next sign, warning sign. It's a yellow, diamond shaped, and it's a curve going to the left. So this means approach oncoming curve at about 35. If you go faster than 35, you're going to lose control. You will crash. So these signs are put there early before you get into the curve so you don't lose control. A lot of beginners get in trouble on that first or second drive. They're just trying to keep the car in the control, but they're not looking at signs, and therefore we kind of crash. Next sign, this means pedestrian crossing ahead. It's not a pedestrian crossing because there's no crosswalk. So if you have a yellow sign and there's a pedestrian crossing ahead, you're going to expect people. Downtown Detroit, downtown Los Angeles, California, downtown Houston, Texas. You need to be aware of this, and they're in downtown areas. They can be in crowded metropolitan areas. So let's continue. This is significantly important to truck drivers. You have a very steep downgrade. This means you're downshifting into 7, 6, 5. You're using the transmission to help slow you down because your brakes will heat up and then you won't have brakes. So if you see these signs, you need to stay away from trucks because a lot of new drivers don't understand those signs fully. They're carrying 70,000 pounds, 80,000 pounds, and they're going to overload their brakes and they're going to crash. No passing zone ahead. Many of you have seen this. This is on a curve. Just before the curve, you'll see it, double yellow line. So you need to know the pavement markings and what the sign means. You will have signs on your test. You need to know it. I'm expecting really good grades. I'm setting the standard. This sign tells you that there is a series of curves ahead. The road will go up and to the right or up and to the left. Reduce your speed, go in slow, have control of your vehicle. You have the railroad crossing, you have the arms, the X, and then the R warning sign. So you got to look both ways. If we're driving a bus, you have to stop. If you're hauling hazardous chemicals, as semi-truck drivers do, they have to stop, state law. So you got to be aware of this. Don't act surprised. This is particular if you're not in a farming community. You don't see the orange triangle with the reds on each side. Slow moving vehicle, reduce speed. So you need to know about signs. Next sign, chevron alignment sign. Change your direction or narrow roadway. You'll see these when you come off the highway. The curve may go to the left. The chevron alignment signs are on the right. Or the curve may go to the right. The chevron alignment signs are on the left. They tell you it's a very Narrow roadway, it's a change in direction. You need to know this so you don't crash. So when you go onto your expressway drive, I'm going to tell you, we have warning signs on our left. Okay, we have the edge line to the right. Then we have our chevron alignment signs. This is 87%. This tells you curve ahead, reduce speed, slow down. Particularly in the wintertime, could be really hazardous. Next, here's our school zone crossing, right? You have the crosswalk. You have a yellow sign shaped like a house, yellow background, two people, the lines, crosswalk. Pay particular attention. You got the railroads, a circle, the X, the RR. Slow down, look both ways, listen for trains. Trains always have the right of way. This sign means crossroad ahead. If we have a chance to go out on a country drive, you're going to see more signs. And I might incorporate this into driving because a lot of you live in suburban slash urban fringe. You're not in the city, but you're in the suburban area. So we don't see a lot of curves. We don't see warning tractor. We don't see warning horses. So we may have to start incorporating more drives out to 20 miles out, 10 miles out, 15 miles out. And we see a lot of four-way stops with the flashing light. The flashing red, type it in. What's the flashing red light mean? I need everyone to type it in. If you have a flashing red light, tell me what this means. You're getting your review right now, and then you will be doing work. So a flashing red light, what does it mean? Please go ahead and type that in. Flashing red light, guys, what does it mean? We're going over signs, shape, color. You need to know what this means, flashing red light. Okay, flashing red light, you should have put that in already. All of you should have. So you have a flashing red light, you need to come to a stop. A lot of these country areas or the urban fringes outside of the urban area, they don't have traffic lights. You have a four-way stop with a flashing red light. You have to stop, or you have a warning, a yellow warning light. So you need to know what this means. Don't act surprised. Stop sign, stop for minimum 3 to 5 seconds. A pentagon, red sign, yellow, yellow. White words, you have to stop. If you roll signs, you're going to end up getting a ticket, moving violation. Another warning sign, this sign means watch for bicycles. You have little kids by the beach, picnic area. Then also you would have a recreation area, which is brown and white. We have this is another regulatory sign, give the right of way. Okay, so you need to understand who is to my right, who is to my left. If the first car gets there, you're the first car to leave. Give the right of way to traffic on the road you wish to enter or cross. Let's keep it going. This is construction. You have an orange sign and black background. You're going to have a person with the flag telling you go this way, or go left, or go right, or you need to turn around and go a block down. So you need to know what that means. Let's continue. Another warning sign. This means the road turns sharply ahead, left or right. This confuses a lot of beginners. It's a warning sign. You have an arrow with the little smaller lane merging in. Traffic merges. Be ready for traffic merging in from your lane. If the little tick mark is to the right, traffic is merging in from the right. If it's to the left, traffic is merging from the left. We normally don't see a lot of signs like this, but I may take you in areas where you're going to see more signs. It's always good. Please type in what you learned, please, and thank you. Type in what you learned. Everyone should be typing in what you learned. I need you to type in what you learned and then post a couple questions in. While you guys are doing this, have your questions ready about driving, about pavement markings, because we need to keep reviewing pavement markings. Pavement markings help us understand the roadways. We live in America, so you're going to have a white line on the edge of the road, on the white side. On the right side of the road, you're going to have a white line. It's called the edge line. If it's foggy outside, if it's rainy, you can use that line to guide you. On the left, we're going to have a warning sign. Signs are extremely important. Let's keep going. Tell me what country you guys are from. I need to know. We're talking about road signs. Next, we're going to be talking about pavement markings. Pavement markings give you information to help you understand what's going on. And regardless of whether you live in the Middle East, the United States, Australia, you need to know about pavement markings. That is extremely important. So pavement markings will give you that information and help you learn about what's going on.